Welcome back to RotoCityTech. I am Hank, and we are out here in the shop. We are fixing to do an unboxing and an installation video on a new electronic lock that I received. I had reached out to Latch, and they agreed to send me out a lock so that I could install it on our camper and see how we love it. So there it is, RV door lock, higher security for your RV. This is from the company Latch, as you can see. Latch there's their logo, Latch. So big shout out to Latch, thank y'all very much. And here's what it looks like. So this is just gonna simply replace the current door handle on our camper, and then we're gonna have some manual keys like normal, but also a keypad that we can program and 2 key fobs, so that we can just electronically unlock it. So that's going to be a heck of a lot simpler. We're not going to have to worry about carrying our keys around. We can just go up to the camper, type in our code, boom, unlocked, ready to go. So here we are. See, lock and unlock wirelessly, all heavy-duty metal construction, easy installation with instructions, dirt, dust, and rainproof, large backlit keypad. This does take batteries. I've seen some people wire it into their camper. That may be something we do in the future. The one thing you're going to have to make sure is that it fits your camper. On their website, which I'll link down below, they do have a diagram that tells you the measurements that you need for the hole in your camper. And I'll go through that all here in a minute when I get ready to install. But let's open this up. Guessing this is a little foam pad we put, help seal the water out probably. We'll get the instructions read here in a little bit. Here's the installation guide that shows us everything as well. How to install it, how to use everything, how to program the keypad, frequently asked questions. Good stuff there. Just a little QR code to go to some how-to videos. Well, thank you and whatnot from them. We get a little sticker. Let's explore. Hashtag Latch It. That's pretty neat. Does come with batteries. And I don't know what the... Oh, this is a little screwdriver. We got our little door jamb here, or striker, I mean. Latch it key ring. Dang, that thing is pretty heavy duty. So there's our key fobs. Here's our manual keys. So there you go. So it works just like a normal door handle. Then you have this keypad here, or you can just type in your PIN code and then unlock or lock it. All right, everybody, we are back here out in the shop. And yesterday I tried to install our Latch RV door lock. So I ran into a couple of issues with things lining up, which I knew I probably would, and I ended up stripping out one of the screw heads. So definitely recommend not using a drill to tighten these because they kind of easily strip out. I did contact Latch and they said that they would send me out some new screws, and for now, all I did was used my little rotary tool and cut a straight slit in the top of this so I could use a flathead just to get it installed. But we are going to install it today. I figured out a couple things that help me that are a little bit different than the instructions. Every camper is going to be different, especially because the quality control on these campers is probably not super high. But we are going to install this and get it working. Thank you, Latch once again for having the customer support to contact me on the weekend. And let's get this done. So here we are with the lock out. You can see the 4 screws that go in here. We're going to kind of just disassemble all this and then take it out to the camper and we'll get it put on the door. Might be a little bit breezy, but it's not too bad out there. So like I said, we're just going to take these screws out for now. And then you will have your 2 halves. Here's your ribbon cable that these will connect once you get it in there. And then this is just the antenna wire for your key fob. So that just doesn't connect to anything. It'll just stay in there. And then here's the key fob that we will sync up. We're going to install the batteries, and it also came with the striker plate and a little, I don't know what that piece is called. My camper already has both of these on there, and they are identical in shape. So we're not going to install the new ones. I don't see a need when the other ones are right there. But let's read here about putting the battery in, or batteries. So let's take our back plate here. We've got these 2 screws right here. So let's just take these out. Snap this back down and screw it back down into place. So we're out here on the back door of my camper. That's where I'm going to install this door handle. So we have to remove the old handle. All it is these 4 screws in the back plate, and then there's 2 screws right here in the door jamb that I will show as soon as I get these off. So first things first, let's remove these. Simple as that. You can see here are the 2 screws, 1 and 2, to remove this piece here. Once you get those 2 screws, your door handle here can just slide out. Easy as that. So this is the cutout that they're talking about that you have to measure and make sure it fits with their fitment guide. I believe it was 1.5 inches deep, 2 3/4 inches wide, and 3 3/4 inches wide. I will correct that if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what it is. So now we are going to put the new lock in. So with the new lock, you want to grab the faceplate here, and you want to make sure you send the wires in first, and then get the latch portion through the door, just like this. We'll get our wires through right there. And then we'll put the nose in just like that and get it to fit. And then just keep our hand on the back here. And we'll get the back plate. And what we want to do is connect our little ribbon cable. It can only go one way. So just connect it in here. And it'll beep if you have the batteries in. And then the only thing you want to make sure is you don't want to pinch any of these wires. So get them kind of stuffed in there nice, ready to go. And then you want to make sure the door handle is in the closed position, and then the lock is over here. And then you'll slide this little lock piece right here, has to go inside this hole. So let's get that done, where it'll slide in there just like that. And then I just kind of clamp it with my hand, and we're going to start putting the screws in. This is where I ran into a couple of issues, that it wasn't lining up just perfectly. The instructions say to put on your striker plate first, which is this piece, and when I did that, it did not allow me to line these holes up very well, and then it kept not wanting to go in. So what I figured out for me and my camper, I'm going to put these in first and then do the striker plate. we're not going to tighten it all the way. I'm going to just get it in there where it won't fall out. That way we can kind of shift it around and move as we need to install. The other thing I figured out was this last screw right here. It helps if you pull the latch. So I'm going to install these 3 first and then move on to that last one. So you just kind of have to wiggle things to get the screws started. You don't want to force them. They go in really easily. So then the last screw, like I said, open it up and you can place that one in there. Last thing to do is to throw back on our striker plate. So you can see you need to throw it in the same orientation. We have a thin side and a thick side. This thick side points to the outside of the door. So we'll just throw this on here. These are also the screws included in the kit. They're a little bit shorter and they work better with your new lock. This is also one of the issues I had, is these holes don't really line up all that well. But I did just notice that you can kind of shift this lock. If you get it before you tighten it down, you can kind of turn it to get things to line up better. But as of right now, they're pretty good. The holes don't have to be exact. These screws will go in and everything should work just fine. The lock pops out. Got your door handle there. Now it's just to program it. So let's move on to that. The default code on the Latch RV lock is just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lock. Locked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unlock. So we are going to program the keypad. The default code is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is kind of a process, and you got to do it pretty quick to get a new code set. So we're going to work this pretty quick, because if you're idle for 5 seconds, you have to start over. So we're going to press and hold the number 8 for 2 seconds. Without releasing, we're going to tap the lock button, and we're going to hear that programming code. And then right after that, we're going to key in the existing 1, 2, 3, 4 and press the lock button. And it's going to give us another sound. If the lock locks, then we have to start over, because that means we're not in program mode anymore. We're going to key in the new code and hit lock twice, and then that should be good to go. So we are going to hold 8 for 2 seconds and tap lock, and you're going to hear that programming tone. There it is. Press in the new one, the old one. There we go. It did not lock, so the new code, 2, 3, 4, 5, lock. 2, 3, 4, 5, lock. You'll hear that long beep. That means you've done it successfully. So we're going to try it now. 2, 3, 4, 5, lock. You heard it lock. 2, 3, 4, 5, unlock. Now it unlocked. Now, let's change that back to the original code so we can just go through the steps again. So hold down 8, and then for 2 seconds, and then lock. There's the tone. 2, 3, 4, 5, lock. No tone, good to go. New code. 1, 2, 3, 4, lock. 1, 2, 3, 4, lock. Long tone, good to go. Now we're back to the original code, and we're locked. So now we're going to activate our key fob. So we're going to just unbox one of these key fobs real quick. There's actually a pretty good weight to this. I like that. You'll also need something small enough to hit this fob learn button right here. It's labeled. So I have this little screw that I can get in there and press it. And all the instructions say to do is on the back of the lock, turn the switch to the on position. So right here is a switch. We are in the on position. Gather a paperclip or something small enough to fit in the fob learn hole. Press and hold the fob learn button right here and the key fob lock button. So we just have a lock and unlock on our key fob here at the same time for 2 to 3 seconds. The lock will activate after successful pairing. We're going to hit this fob learn button at the same time we're going to hit the lock button. There we go. And it did beep, and you heard it beep a couple times, and then you saw that the lock moved. So let's just try this now. Unlock. Now that's pretty sweet. Lock. There we go. Now let's shut the door and try that out. Go. Lock. Here we go. Unlock. There we go. So we go. So we have our key fob, and it comes with 2 key fobs, and then also you can program it to whatever you want. Alrighty, so that was my install of the Latch RV door lock. That was kind of interesting. So my first impressions is it's really cool. Like, I think that's gonna be so handy to have just the key fob and be able to walk up, hit the button, unlock, because you always got to worry about having your camper keys. And then I always locked both of them, which this only remotes with the remote of the the deadbolt, but it's really all you need. So I always have to carry my keys and then go to the camper, boom, boom, boom. Well, now you have that key fob, just a simple press of a button and it's open. Or even better, you don't have to carry anything. You just go up there and type in your code, whatever that is, and then it unlocks your door and you can go in. Now, from what I've heard, these batteries might last a year or so, but pretty simple to change those batteries, and they're just some AA's. In the future, I might try to figure out a way to wire it into my system, and that would be pretty sweet. But for now, I think this is going to be okay, and we're going to learn to live with having to change the batteries. But I think the issues that I had with my camper are not the fault of Latch. I think it is the fault of having to make a lock universal for all campers, and things just don't line up. They use templates, machines cutting all this out, and every camper is built just a little bit different. So I don't believe it is the fault of Latch at all. And their customer service was freaking awesome. They emailed me back on the weekend, gave me some tips. So thank you very much to Latch, and especially thank you for sending this out. If you think that you might want one of these, you can go to their website, which I'll link down below. But what's even cooler is that they made me an affiliate for Latch. So I will put my affiliate link down below and just go give them a try. And what's even better is that my viewers, if y'all go through that link, y'all can put in your own code and save some money. So that code will also be there, and you can just put it in at the checkout where it asks for the code, and you will get 15% off your entire purchase. That's pretty sweet. So Latch, you're awesome, and just thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity to install this lock. So again, my affiliate link will be down below, and be sure at checkout that you put RotoCity15. That's RotoCity15, and you will get that 15% off if you choose to buy from Latch. Anyways, thank y'all very much. I will be waiting on those new screws so that I can do the final install. And y'all, thank you for watching. It's been a while since we've posted a video, and I'm happy to be back out working with some really great companies that provide great customer service and have really cool products for the camping industry. Y'all take it easy.